Hi guys, so I'm going to show you how to study for chemistry and anatomy and statistics and biology because they are similar, but right now I'm taking chemistry and anatomy, and then I'll go back to how I studied for my statistics and my biology. So let's start with chemistry and anatomy. Okay, I'm gonna use this whiteboard. Hold on, let me zoom in so you guys can see, hopefully. Alright, now zoom in mode. Cool. Alright, so chemistry basically you rewrite things like crazy, and then you try to figure out problems, and you practice those problems. So you would practice conversions, you would practice how to do the Lewis dot structure, and basically, yeah, you would do a lot of problem solving for chemistry. Fast forward if you're not taking chemistry into any subject I'm going to talk about. So we know carbon looks like this, right? And then you also have to practice the valence, the electron valence. You know, if I'm halfway through chemistry, so I know what this is. If you're not there yet, and just know it takes memorization. Any of these classes that I'm going to talk about today takes memorization, except I think statistics. It's less memorizing, more like problem solving and critical thinking. So first I'm going to talk about chemistry, anatomy, statistics, biology. Chemistry. So they try to teach you 1 inch equals 2.54 cm. And this is length, classified in length. There's volume, there's mass. So 1 inch equals 2.54 centimeters. By exact definition. So if you haven't taken your classes yet, I am warning you guys. This video is necessary to watch because I struggled. I had to go to tutoring and ask tutors and ask people, like, how the heck do I study for these classes? It's not the same as history, English, more of like the art aspects or early class is that you take. And then it goes to 1 yard, and then it goes to 1 foot, and then it goes to 1 mile. I believe this is 39.4 inches. This is 12 inches. This is 3 feet. So I'm just going to show you. This is a quick video. So that's how I do that. Erase it, write it, erase it, or write it, erase it, right? Like literally these memorizations take hours. One sheet of memorizing paper takes let's just say 4 to 6 hours, depending how you grasp it. And I have to learn about 4 of these. And I have to learn more. Um, but this is the crucial part of chemistry. You're learning out the basics, and then that's going to be hugely, hugely helpful to you. So let's say hard mode, right? 10 out of 10. 1 out of 10. How are these classes? How are they? And I'm going to try to be generous, okay? So I'm not going to say, I'm not going to really put 0, 10 or 11, 10. Sometimes you want to put 11, 10 on those classes. I'd say this one, for me, is a 6 out of 10. Hard mode, okay? Let's move on to anatomy. So, anatomy. Let me see if we can grab a blue one. And let me see if you guys can see it. You guys see that? No. Let me continue with the black marker. The video doesn't capture things well. Okay, anatomy. So, you want to picture things. I visualize. Right? Learn songs. Okay? There's some YouTube songs out there that really help. Okay. Right. And repeat. And what will help with both of these is vocalizing and teaching. You don't necessarily need any material for these classes. You can use paper. Preferably, I used whiteboard so I can erase easily, because you don't want to erase with a eraser. It takes too much time, gets exhausting, and a whiteboard probably costs about like $2-3, maybe around there. If you can get it for $1. This one I got it off, and you can get a little one for that. This one I think I got it for like $10 or less. I don't remember, but I got it off OfferUp. But yeah, you can even use flashcards for this too. Not like online flashcards, but if you need physical flashcards, I suggest you just print it out and just cut it up, just to save time. This class, the hard mode that it is, it starts off overwhelming, but I give it an 8 out of 10. Just for me. Some people say chemistry is really hard. They might rank that up more. Some people might do this 10 out of 10 or 11 out of 10. That's how it feels at first. But I'm going to rank it up to that. Okay. I hope you see clearly what I'm writing. If not, I am verbalizing it. Okay, so for example, we are gonna do a quick little skull since you guys start off with bones. And then we go with this guy. Woo. All right. So you're gonna learn that these are orbitals, sockets, and what's in them, every little detail in them. You're gonna see the detail on here and here, and you're gonna see what's in the nose, and then you don't have to worry about the teeth. At least I didn't have to. And then you're gonna figure out, okay, what is this guy? The temporal bone. Right, you're gonna learn bones. You're gonna learn the structure. So that's temporal, temporal structure, right? And then you're gonna learn muscle, and then the nervous system, and yeah, I don't know. That's where I'm at so far. I'm halfway through, and I looked at what my future is gonna look like, and then we look at the muscle here, and it's the temporalis. Temporalis muscle. So that's just easy to remember because you're using the same thing. You're also, it's good to memorize everything in this class because it's easier to remember layering things on it because you can kind of connect it. Okay, so for example, you're gonna learn everything, okay? You're gonna learn the little holes in things. You're gonna learn what's in the ear. You have a bunch of holes in the ear. Syphenoid, ethmoid, just bones in the face basically are attached. And then you're gonna go over here. So yeah, that's how I memorize it. I pretty much just draw it out. And then this has like a middle line too somewhere here. It's like describe it as a little crown, if you will. Alright, so that's how I remember these guys. And don't forget to write, okay? Right. So I'm gonna start with something super simple, right? We're gonna learn the projections, elevations, which are like little bumps or roundedness or roughness or smoothness of a bone. And then you're gonna learn about depressions. And then you're gonna learn about what's that other one? Is it holes or something? You're pretty much relearning. That one was easy for me because it's pretty much like the foramen, something you go over in the bones, or like the fossa. Openings and chambers is what I meant. Okay, so say you're memorizing epicondyle. Very simple, very easy to remember. And then there's the condyle, which is basically the larger one of the epicondyle. But we're just gonna go here because we're not studying, okay? If we're studying, then I'd write everything down. This is just like teaching you how to study. Epicondyle is a small projection near condyle. And that's it. And then you erase right. So this one you actually draw, or you can color in, Yeah, coloring I think helps a bit. Personally, I don't think it helps me a lot. But if you combine all these things together, no, this is time consuming. Based on all the classes, this is the most time consuming class there is that I have taken so far in completing my prereqs or my generals. And you guys can leave tips and pointers in the comments because what works for you. This is what works for me, and I think a majority of people might agree. Some people might leave a little bit out of what I put on there. And that is how I learn it. And I can add, take away. I'm a visual learner, and I like audio. Audio helps a little bit, but my visual, I am super visual. It's crazy. I like to associate things together. So you know how we went over chemistry, or statistics, right? Because they're very similar in their methods, but less memorization, right? And then biology. I say this. Let's go over the hard one for this. I am not a math person, so this is automatically 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. It's not as hard as anatomy, but it was hard for me because I'm not into math. Biology, this one was 9 out of 10. Yes, anatomy should be worse than biology, but this was a crazy. I questioned everything because I was getting like A's and B's, and then when I took that class, I had to retake it again. Okay, so statistics, a lot of practicing problems. You don't need to know any songs for this. Okay, I watched videos. Right. Don't forget, you have office hours, tutoring, for these guys. I have it for every one of them, but I'm just saying, I was so lost in this class, so I'm just saying, like, I needed that extra support badly. Practicing problems, watch videos. I don't know, like, chemistry and statistics are similar. You did not want to miss don't miss class. Because at least anatomy and biology can be like, oh, what did we go over? Oh, there's a bunch of things we can do online for that. I feel like I get lost with these guys. Yeah, this one's just, it's a bunch of practice and watching for me and just questions and just don't miss class. And then what else helped me? I can't really think of anything. That one was just to me, it's harder this way. It's just harder. Okay, biology is exactly like anatomy. So you have a bunch of songs, videos, flashcards, everything that I went through for anatomy. And then, you can write down your, right, you know what I'm trying to go through with this guy? I'm going through a little bit of what I used to do. This is not exact. Okay, and my memory's a little jogged up because this is like summer. I'm in fall. Okay. Living cells are the units. Basic units of poorly understood. It's poorly understood, okay? I'm not doing this according to what I learned. I just know basic of what I could remember. And then, so when I thought about this, I thought about like, okay, so first we talk about chemotherapy, right? Like chemotherapy. This one just starts with chemo. And then we go to plants, we go to water, and then we go to like dry life. It's really weird. That's how I remember it. And then we go to, I think this is like photosynthesis. This is not for studying. This is just like how I remember things. This is, I think, there's one that's missing around here. There's a cyan bacteria. You're learning about bacteria, basically. Heterotrophic. And then you learn how like photosynthesis works here and how that's connected to chemicals or something. I'm pretty sure I'm missing one thing on here, but don't gotta worry about that. I don't want to go over biology again. And then yeah, it's pretty much similar to anatomy. You draw it out and you fill in the blanks. You don't have to draw like a nice colored drawing like anatomy. Like anatomy, I feel like coloring does help a lot more. You could color in for biology, to be honest. You could color it in. Like, there's this one. There's this one. There's this one. I think this reminded me of a baseball bat. So, bacilli. Or is it ball? You know what? That could be bacilli. You guys can remind me after you take this. Okay. Well, I don't really know. I don't really remember. But yeah, that's basically how I would study for that. Excuse me, you can hear my dogs barking. Sometimes they get a little startled, or they just compete with the dogs in the neighborhood or next door, trying to claim their territory. One barks, the other barks, the other barks back, the other barks back. Okay. So I hope this helps. Please don't forget, you have, like, my school has tutoring online for free. It has tutoring hours. I'd say for statistics, I would use online tutoring for that. Actually, I've never used online tutoring really, unless this was like statistics, most of it. So yeah. I forgot what to tell you about. I have to tell you guys something, and it's studying related. So, anatomy takes longer than biology. Biology at least took like 10 hours a week. Anatomy. Same thing with statistics. It took like maybe 6 to 10 hours for me. Because they have their whole system where like this many units equals this many hours of studying. But everyone's different. Anatomy takes like 15 hours, to be honest, if I want an A. and chemistry takes 15 hours. That is just me. Yeah, maybe I'll leave some pointers for you guys who are planning to go to college. Or I don't know what the reason is for you to watch this video other than maybe college in general. I don't know. Or just studying methods in general. Maybe you're not taking the classes I'm talking about, but you just want to be like, hey, how do I study? Okay. Alright, so see you guys later. I don't want to waste your time. Mumbling. I hope you guys have a good day. Good rest through your week. I'm gonna post more videos through this weekend. So yeah.